Hello everyone, and welcome back from spring break. While this isn't the welcome that I had planned to offer you, I would like to encourage you to remember that we only have 5 weeks left, so that's good news. And also, since we're a hybrid course, moving to online courses isn't that big of a step. You're already used to meeting once in person a week and then also completing half of our course materials online anyway. So this should be a pretty good adjustment in terms of our course for the semester. So you'll notice that I've made a couple of adjustments on our homepage. I have updated the schedule and I've added some additional resources on the bottom of the page as well for you to be able to access. This week's module is going to be simple, straightforward, and we're going to pick up right where we left off. You may have noticed from the message that I sent out this morning that I mentioned that I had a few ground rules for what I would be doing moving forward for our online sessions. And one of them is that our basic rules for the class are going to stay the same. There aren't going to be any big changes because, like I said, we're already a hybrid course. The only adjustment we're really making is that instead of having that once a week meeting, we're going to be doing all of our work online. But the one thing that is going to be a little different is that the weekly module, instead of it opening up on Tuesdays, it'll open up on Monday morning at 8 a.m. And this will happen every week. You'll also be getting a message from me each week on Monday morning at 8 a.m. just giving you a heads up about what we'll be working on, kind of an overview and maybe some tips that I might be offering for completing assignments, etc. And that's just my touch base for the week. So for this week, you are going to be doing a few things that you've already been doing. For example, you're going to continue working on the researched argument and the annotated bibliography assignments. Now you'll recall that before we left, which I know seems like ages ago at this point, we had talked about pushing that date out regarding the due date. So it's due on April 5th. And if you look at your calendar, that's not this Sunday, but it's next Sunday. Now, while I'd like to push it out even further, unfortunately I can't. We still have a little bit of work left after this set of assignments is turned in. And I will take into consideration that there has been a lot going on since you've been doing your work over the course of the semester, particularly over our break. I understand that there may be a lot of things going on for you depending on how you may be doing or what might be going on with your family, your friends, or your neighbors. And I am certainly understanding of that. But as I said before, I would encourage you to, no matter what, do your best if you're able to finish out this semester and complete all of your work because there will be more semesters ahead. So if you're coming back to the assignments here, if you're having difficulty with your researched argument or your annotated bibliography, please reach out to me and let me know if there's anything going on that you're specifically hung up on. And you'll have the next 2 weeks to wrap that up. Actually, about a week and a half, actually, I think. So after that, I want you to watch this video, which I guess you're already doing, and then I want you to see Sleepy Fish Part 2, My Room Becomes the Sea. And you can watch that while you do your work. You can watch just your first few minutes of it. Watch as much of it as you want to. It's not really a required viewing as much as it is suggested. Then I'd like for you to respond to discussion pad number 1. The discussion pad, Once you're finished with that, I'd like to make sure that you skim through the readings within the student guide, pages 123 through 170, and those are just a few pages regarding the assignment, which we've already been through, as well as the sample essays that have been written for the assignment in previous courses. And just look at those as you need to, since we've already discussed those in detail. After that, I'd like you to go ahead and download the updated schedule. Take a look at it. I have updated it and moved down a couple of weeks just so that it could be a little bit more clear. You'll notice that the researched argument, annotated bibliography, and the research packet, those are still due on the 5th. But then we start the recast and the recast presentation assignments on week 13. And if I could push those out any further, I would. Unfortunately, we only have a few weeks left, so we need to go ahead and complete it while we can. I will be taking into consideration that there is a lot going on in all of your lives right now, and I know there's a lot of uncertainty and many, many changes that have taken place over the past few weeks, and that will factor into not only the assignments, but how I'll be grading. So know that that is there too, and that I understand. And again, if there's any problem at all at any point that you're having, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help in any way that I can. So once you've wrapped up with all of this, you're finished for the week. Just keep on working and let me know if you have any questions. Please stay safe, take care of yourselves and your families, and have a great week. It's going to be a little bit different than what we normally do in terms of having discussion board entries, etc. The discussion pad is going to be, let me see if I can show it to you here. I'll see it's going to look a little different from me. You're going to click on it, going to come here, you're going to look at the entry, which says initially, how do you relax during quarantine life? For the precise entry, I want you to respond to the following. Write down 3 things you do to relax during quarantine life, then share it to the Padlet. And remember, everyone can see your post. You can be as specific or general as you want to. If you can only think of 2 things, that's okay as well. Just think of a couple of things. Click here, add the post, write something, and then enter and it'll post. You can delete your post just like that as well. So after you finish this part, I want you to make sure that you go back through and complete the readings for the week. As you can see, I've asked you to go ahead and look through and take a look at the study guide, pages 123 through 70, which is a lot of pages, admittedly. But I don't want you to actually deep read these. We've went through a lot of this already in class, and we've talked about it extensively. What I want you to do is skim through and look at the sample essays for any guidance you might need in terms of if you're having difficulty formatting and you just need some examples to look at. Because again, we've went through this extensively in class. But if any of these example essays bring up any questions that you have, please reach out and let me know. I'm more than happy to help. After you finish doing that, be sure to review the updated schedule. Click here, download it, and take a quick look at it. We do have a lot of work to complete over the next 5 weeks, but I will be taking into consideration the situation at hand, what everybody's going through, and I will be taking that into consideration as I grade as well. So as you return to our coursework for what's left of the semester, please do your best to take care of yourself, stay safe, take care of your family, and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Have a good afternoon.